15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes, he said yes, he said yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence. Join us on this journey to find the others. Because no matter where we find ourselves in this multiverse, the act of existing is all too familiar. Guys? Is anybody out there? Hello?
The mushroom has a tremendous problem-solving ability.
Herbs are plant. Herbs are good for everything.
As we look across this great expanse and stare at the stars, we can't help but be reminded these lights, though we're seeing them all at the same time, happen across a multi-billion-year delta. Some of those fires burned millions of years ago, some billions, but all of them happened so we could experience them in this one singular moment.
They called us scouts. They called us seekers. They called us Hoosier. But we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
That's when the whores come in. That's when the whores come in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the Hoosier Sophisticate show, coming to you live from the Cannabis Boutique and Dispensary Studios.
Why don't you stop yelling? I can see your over-modulation.
Listen,
here's Craig before the show.
Guys,
hey, I'm
going to
try
checking.
To
this is where I'm going to be.
Sound check.
This is where I'm going to be.
And then the
Sound
lights
check.
camera action. He's like, I'm
fucking excited. I'm worked up.
Why are you so worked up, Craig?
Well, because you can't have anything nice in this world.
No, you can't.
I mean, you would think you're
That's
an
my
admin.
favorite line.
You're an admin. Seth's an admin.
I'm
We got
an admin.
admins all
What?
days. We are equal owners in this production on Facebook. And apparently, for the first time in my online existence,
I don't get it.
I have been banned by Facebook.
I don't get it.
Here's the thing. I can accept punishment if I'm not playing by your rules, but you can't expect me to learn anything if I don't know what I've done wrong. I have no idea why I'm banned, but it went from a 3-day ban to all of a sudden a 3-day ban and I could still use Messenger to a 7-day ban and I can't use Messenger.
What did you do? Do you think they're just dipping in your annals and figured something out? Like just digging hard deep in your annals?
The only
and
thing...
figuring it out what's going on in there?
They're getting in the annals. There's a fissure or two taking place.
They need to cut them fissures out.
That's something.
I think.
I don't
Rub
know
a
what
little
I did.
CBD on it.
I can speculate. I did post a post. And you know me, I can't just accept this shit from robots and algorithms.
Yeah, you like to argue with
I got to
them.
make a case for these robots. I copied it, as a matter of fact, and pasted it in a notepad. I should have
Telling another robot, look what this
fucking
fucking robot did.
Dude, can you believe this?
that robot's
guy.
like, yeah, that robot's fucked up, man.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm the benevolent robot that makes these decisions. I honestly don't know what I did wrong. I did post.
I know what you did. Tell them what you did.
I posted a meme, a cartoon meme, of
a beloved Disney character.
Oh, I don't think it was a. Well, that one was a Disney character. But the girl was just a voluptuous cartoon on all fours with Pinocchio behind her, kind of staring into her ass, and she said, "Tell me Epstein killed himself." It's a great little joke.
I laughed.
There's a mind exercise that has to take place there. If that's what got me banned, I don't know what I'm allowed to be anymore. I don't know what I'm allowed to be.
Seems really arbitrary what they...
I mean...
We're the admins of a page, so we get to see all the dirty shit you heathen fucks throw at us, okay? And a lot of times it says, do you want to accept it? And I say, is this on me then? I guess this becomes a deal where it's
because
on
they
me.
threaten us. They threaten us. And they say, basically, if you approve too many, that we'll shut the group down.
Then we'll catch it.
We'll
so
shut
that's the
group
first
down.
line of defense, I guess, is them saying, watch this. Do you think your group can handle this? What are we doing? Why? We were talking about it earlier today. Why can't Facebook just allow everything? Why can't it be the Wild West of the internet? Why can't you just do that stuff? And I assumed it was because of lawyers, because they're afraid they're going to get sued, because of something someone said. And my Netflix pick is going, or my streaming pick is going to tie in beautifully with all of this. But this PC culture of, I'm complaining. We've now reached a pinnacle where you can say anything. Like you should treat women with respect, and they're like, well, you didn't mention men or mules. Like, why didn't you mention mules? They need love too, or just whatever.
I'm with you.
What I mean,
I'm with you.
A better
you're making the point that I made to the robot, which was I don't know. At what point I have a private group. I'm telling them this. Listen, as a fan and a wannabe fan of your platform, if you want to keep people around, I can't. First off, who are they appealing to being this tight on speech? Because I feel like it's this youngest generation of people that are professionally offended. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, and I know that's kind of a buzz thing going around, like Dave Chappelle's. We've been talking about it for quite a while. Like I'm in the camp. I'm firmly in the camp that everything's on limits when it comes to comedy. People really should relax, take a joke every now and then. But we have a private group. I don't go onto Facebook other than to really communicate with the Sophisticated Hoosiers. Like I'm not going to Facebook to get my news. I'll go to Reddit for that. Or there's plenty of other places online to find breaking news. Facebook recycles something that's weeks old. Months old, whatever.
Twitter's better for
news.
And
Twitter, perfect example. But I don't go to Facebook for to be protected. Like it's a place where I feel like I should be able to not only talk to my friends and family and fans, but like just be able to do that on a real level, how I would do it in real time.
Yeah.
And so it's weird to me that Facebook has taken so I just don't know who they're appealing to, because if they're appealing to the younger generation isn't on Facebook.
Does Facebook care about Facebook anymore? Or has it done its job? Have they done their job to where they say, yeah, we built this huge machine. We've collected all the fucking data, man.
Yep.
We've done that. The next generation, we read articles that say, oh, well, Snapchat and Instagram are the two #1 apps used by people 12 to 19, and Facebook is used by 6% of people,
12 to 19.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like this minuscule amount.
Yeah, it's all 25 and up.
If we think we're like getting some sort of information edge over Facebook that they don't realize their analytics say that.
No doubt.
I feel like Facebook is like, here, old people, go ahead. And we're going to keep this just... Maybe that keeps it relevant. All these little, you can't say that. Well, we're talking about it right now, talking about what we can't say and what we can say. That's maybe one of the few things keeping Facebook relevant right now. And even with YouTube, we were talking about how we need to migrate people to HoosierSophisticate.com.
Consider this. Right now, people are having to watch this through your private page. When we have very actively, as a part of our business.
I shared it on Hoosier Sophisticate, though, because I have that power.
And that's fine. And I don't. But here's the thing. Because I set up our page
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah.
When we try to broadcast now from Hoosier Sophisticate from our different restreaming platforms,
Yeah.
it doesn't
dog
allow
shit.
us to do it. I mean,
Dog
and
shit.
that's the game we play, right? If you wanna use our platform, you got to play by our rules. Well, there's other people involved in this, and by the way, like I'm not a repeat offender. I've never been banned before. I still
Have you
don't
ever
know-
gotten a
I've
warning?
I did. So they pointed to. I have had warnings, but like never that resulted in a ban. And so I actually got. I was able to go through support day. I'm like, I want to know. Can I at least see what I did wrong in your like message to me? I get you have to scrub Facebook from it. I get that.
Yeah.
But can I know what I did wrong? And going through that, like I saw like one of my offenses in the past was taken down for racist tendencies.
said awful
because
shit.
I was quoting Ace Ventura 2 When Nature Calls, and I said, "Let me guess, white devil, white devil."
Oh God.
So they that's one strike against me.
Yeah.
As a clearly, first off,
I think that was on
I
Rogan.
do hate the white devil. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
The white devil's
We're very
the worst.
anti-white devil here.
Yes, I'm
Very
not
anti-white
down
devil.
for
You want to show our chat
for
if we have any
Diablo
chat?
Blanco.
You
Okay.
just want to fall asleep at the fucking wheel over there, Seth? What's he doing? He's just lulling. We're lulling him in with our awesome stories, I guess. He can't.
All right, what we got here?
Seth has got this thing set up where he's got 4,000 sources, and we're trying to go with scenes. And he's got so many. I don't know. What's
Listen,
going
he's
on
got a
over
good program
He's got a
going
good
on
deal
here.
going
We got
on. I like to
people
get Seth in
commenting
trouble,
on
but he's good.
YouTube.
He's got
How could you? We got Zach saying they've been watching us since the sex cult days. That ties into my streaming pick. And guys, we all need to just start our own social media platform. I am.
Fuck yeah.
There are options out there to us. If as a group, if the Cotillion crew, that crew that's made of so much magic, if they can help us move people onto a platform that is all ours, I promise you our content will be like nothing you've ever seen before. It's hard to think. I don't think. Did you ever think that we're like really wrapped up in chains? Like, do you feel chained by this platform? It feels like we've been able to kind of say and do what we.
I'm comfortably disgruntled. I've said it before.
Everybody is,
I'm
right?
Pissy, but I'm also got a nice little setup here with the green screen. It's not that bad, you know.
It's not the worst.
3 hots and a cot. I'm doing pretty good.
It's
for
not the
myself,
worst.
You know, I'm all right. But I am pissed off about a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know, not that pissed off to actually have to do something about it.
That
No,
makes me think of. I think we'll get to it in the rabbit hole, but I'll save that thought.
I was thinking about our group today because I was thought you were maybe going to ask me, you know, did I see where the group would be today? Did I ever dream that the group would be as awesome and as like connected as we are today? No, I don't really think too much about that. I didn't think that would happen as well as it has. But today I had to kind of stop and think. I want things to happen fast, right? I want us to keep moving. I want us to get more followers. I want us to be on Facebook. I want us to be on YouTube. I want us to do all that stuff. But I also want to slow down and remember every single minute of this awesome fucking ride we're going on right now.
Sure.
Because I'm going to look back one day and go, whoa, we built something pretty fucking crazy. Just a little mark in the world. I don't even, you know, we talk about Burning Man and other things like that.
They started out with small crews, dude.
No doubt. And I think the people who probably created Burning Man are probably like, what
They
the
hate it now.
fuck? Is that a
They
fact?
hate 100%.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I just
like the
assumed-
original burners.
Yeah.
It's been taken. That's something that you always fear. You get so big,
So
you no longer
we're that
own
cool.
it. You know, you no longer own it anymore. It becomes the people you made it for.
Yeah.
It changes. It evolves. Those people become
That's
bigger
why you
power
gotta-
players, and then they hijack events and happenings.
You love it every step up until something that you hated, I guess, or until it goes away, because nothing is here forever.
Scotty
You know?
Coop's
Oh,
in the
Scotty
building.
Coopy's in the
Scotty
building. Is that
Coops
the
is in the
Joker?
building.
Oh,
All
God,
right.
that's sick, Patrick. Come over here on cam. Don't trip over that light. Come over here. Look.
We're gonna say hi to old Scotty Coops. Look at
Hey,
it.
stand up a little bit. Stand up a little bit. Stand up a little bit. Ah! He's dead. Don't trip over that light.
Once you publish your art, it belongs to the people. Who's the guy in the black that you have on the show today?
Oh,
Ross
Gary.
wants to know.
Is that Greg Polar?
I have no idea what you're talking
Greg
about.
Poehler is actually. We got some cannabis news later. Let's give him a little rundown of the show. Of what's
Sure.
gonna take
Okay.
place.
I think we got some cannabis news. We're going to jump into the rabbit hole. We've got some news stories.
Seth has Tinder things.
Oh, we got Tinder dates. Mike's going to bring us the weather.
The weather. We have.
We ought to have Scotty read the Tinder profiles.
Okay.
Why don't we
Okay,
do
let's
that? We'll have
We'll do
Scotty read the Tinder profiles. That'll be a lot of fun. And we're just gonna have a good old time. We want to go into the news. Want to start this thing out in the news?
Is this what Seth had planned for us?
Actually, your little discussion goes right into it. Let's just skip. Let's flip flop stories 1 and 2.
Okay.
And go right into the emoji thing.
Can we? See
Oh, real quick, I
we
did
s-
want to build on. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to know if we could get that Craig, that mini Craig moment, the devilish Craig moment. If we could get that to play sometime in between.
Snooching.
Thank you. It just makes me happy. So we can throw that in at any time.
Anytime, throw that in there.
That'd be
So one thing I was going to say, you were asking about if Facebook actually cares about Facebook anymore. And I read an article today that they've changed their branding. So and all they did was change it from a capital F, Facebook as we've seen it written, to now it's all caps. And it will now be, in the branding of all of the Instagram and WhatsApp things. See, the government is trying to break Facebook up right now, saying they're too big of and powerful of a monopoly. So similar to what Google did back in 2015, where they changed everything over to Alphabet. So they have, and Google is now a subsidiary of Alphabet. It's a whole fucking thing.
All the people who work at Facebook used to work in the government, and all the people who work in the government used to work at Facebook,
Sure.
and we're just a revolving door of bullshit.
3 darts is too much.
I can't handle it. Yeah, it's just I've been pissed off. I know we're gonna get into the news stories here. Well, I'll wait till the cannabis news because we're gonna go into
Sounds good.
Seth, you got an open for this?
Nope.
All right, sounds
Perfect.
good. Let's hear it.
Social media is waging a sexually charged war on fruits and
That's
veggies,
number
Steve.
one.
He asked me to.
He did?
Yeah, I figured it's good since we're already on Facebook.
My dude.
In July, Facebook and Instagram quietly updated the Facebook community standards language regarding permissible sexual expression on the social media platforms.
This is fucked.
These guidelines cover Instagram too. Under the new terms, which were officially enacted in September, pairing an eggplant or peach emoji with any expression of what Out.com deems being horny now qualifies as sexual solicitation. This can get a user's account flagged or removed. Adult industry news site XBiz reports. BBC journalist Thomas Fabry was researching a piece on social media bans when he noticed the new language and notified XBiz. The Facebook community standards language is quite broad, not naming the emoji specifically, but referring to commonly used sexual emojis or emoji strings as criteria which qualify as suggestive elements. Content will only be removed from Facebook and Instagram if it contains a sexual emoji alongside an implicit or indirect ask for nude imagery, sex or sexual partners, or sex chat conversations, Instagram tells the Post.
And that's when the whores come in.
We could have an entire soundboard of just that quote because it's like my favorite. We've played it 4 times already today, and I'm ready to do it a little bit more.
Okay. Just you reading that story made me fucking horny, bro. You said sex a bunch. You said eggplant a bunch.
Yeah.
I think censorship works. I think prohibition works. I think when you try to hide something from someone,
It usually goes away.
they usually are like, I forgot all about it. What's this
No
pee-pee
doubt.
in my pants? It gets hard when I watch Moonlighting starring Sybil Shepherd. Can we get a close-up?
I forgot we could do that.
Can we get that close-up, Kim? A shame.
Oh, well. That was fun.
That was good. On to story number 3.
Well, the story number 3 actually involves our producer himself.
I cannot.
Are you skipping the
fucking
trains
wait.
thing? Oh,
No, we can go back to that. Let's go back to story number 1.
Oh fuck.
I have no idea what
I
I'm
balled
reading
that
here.
up.
It's just the news. Jessica Jonathan Yaniv,
You gotta find the right one.
who infamously brought human rights complaints against multiple British Columbia estheticians for declining to perform services on her male genitals, has lost her cases. The Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms today issued a news release declaring victory on behalf of their clients, as an early ruling in favor of the monthly home-based salon workers was announced just one day after the Canadian federal elections. According to the news release, the decision noted human rights legislation does not require a service provider to wax a type of genitals they are not trained for and have not consented to wax. The decision further found that Yaniv engaged in improper conduct, filed complaints for improper purposes, and concluded Yaniv's testimony was disingenuous and self-serving. Finally, noted the tribunal, Yaniv was evasive and argumentative and contradicted herself while giving evidence. I can't imagine there's a single person in Canada, apart from the complainant's mother, who didn't feel a great wash of relief when trans woman Jessica Jonathan Yaniv lost the case brought to the BC Human Rights Tribunal against the waxologists. Did you know you could be a waxologist?
Sure.
Who refused to wax Yaniv's balls?
Wouldn't wax her
Listen,
balls.
I don't.
Great story,
I honestly,
great story,
I,
great
I
story.
honestly don't know if I just. I don't know what I just read. So if I just misgendered somebody, please excuse me. My producer just set me into the fires.
Craig, I just want to know what kind of world we're living in where a girl can't get her balls waxed.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Listen,
I do a great job of staying
Here,
out.
by the way,
out of
this
these
is
weeds.
here's a pic.
Oh, this feels bad. This.
oh yeah, Seth, he
feels
loves
bad.
he loves
Damn it! You
ripping
put
on
me in
the
a
worst
goddamn
people,
tough-
dude.
Get it on the camera, for Christ's sake, Seth.
Please close up on Craig. Please close
Damn
up on
it.
His face is red. His face is red. Please.
You gotta put these camera transitions closer to each other.
I know they're all over the place.
scroll way
I do a
down.
mad scroll. Yeah, he put us in the he put us in the fire on that one.
Well, fuck them. All right.
Good call. Good call.
I almost want to skip this story now, just to just.
She sounds hideous. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, Steven.
A platform shouldn't be trying to
Censor anyone. That's no doubt,
That's
Hank.
not their job. Hank
Speak the truth.
fucking
Hank.
tank,
Okay,
bro.
Seth, for news story number 3, why don't you
Fuck
give us
yeah,
a little
bro.
bit of an
Fuck
intro?
yeah.
Or
Okay.
is that not how you would prefer this? Would you prefer I read
No,
the news
you
story?
got the news article. I got the news video. We got lots of video of this, actually. And I'll go ahead and get you started. This was, I believe, July of 2008.
Okay.
I was stationed at Fort Riley. Me and a friend of the show, Andrew Wiscombe, and a bunch of us
I love him.
soldiers. We got voluntold to go to the ceremony, and we weren't in the actual ceremony. We just had to watch. So we're in the bleachers, and we're miserable. Parking sucked ass. And we're out there. It's hot out. We're watching this stupid ceremony. And, Craig, this is so uncomfortable when you guys do that. Craig, why don't you go ahead and dive right in there and tell everybody what happened. They had these professional parachutists come in.
A parachutist went off course Thursday at
I
the
think they want me to read this one. A parachutist went off
Do
course
it.
Thursday at the start of the military review and dropped feet first into the 1st Infantry's Division's band, injuring 3 players. Several thousand people watched as a man under the red, white, and blue parachute landed on a 30-member band about 50 yards off target. A gasp went up from the crowd, followed by a silence as at least a dozen people rushed over to help. I hear, "Oh, fuck," and immediately I hear a crash, said the band's commander, Chief Warrant Officer Scott McDonald. The 3 injured band members were treated and released to Irwin Army Community Hospital. The parachutist, Scott Halleck, refused treatment at the scene because he's a bad motherfucker. 2 tubas were destroyed, said Mike Keating, Assistant Chief of the... Is this for real?
Yeah.
Jesus, Assistant Chief of the Post Fire Department. McDonald said a trumpet was also damaged.
The trumpet guy's like, I'm getting in on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
insurance
fuck you.
claim.
My shit- yeah, my
you get a
shit-
tube, I'm getting a trumpet.
McDonald said the band members had been standing, waiting for the start of the ceremony and weren't looking up. He said they didn't hear anything except a brief rustling of the jumper's parachute. He hit the back row, landing feet first, McDonald said. Band member Sergeant Rachel Boggs was knocked unconscious, Wade Boggs' niece, and had a fractured jaw. Hospital's spokeswoman, Lisa Madrano, said Sergeant Andrew Spinazzola...
That's a name?
Suffered minor neck and head injuries and had a fractured ankle, Madrano said. Staff Sergeant Mark Lucero
You don't have to say
sustained...
their names.
Okay. Called a minor leg injury. 2 parachutists jumped from a single-engine plane at about 6,000 feet. Someone who will not be named said the jumpers' parachute lines apparently became tangled, pulling them off course. What the shit is going on with the background? I just not seeing that.
We were coming in hot.
That's our parachute.
We were coming in
story
hot.
We look
background.
happy.
All right.
We got video of it?
The first landing may have been a little fast, but overall, no problems.
This is great.
Same could not be said for the second parachutist.
Oh, yeah, that'll fuck you up, dude.
Don't worry,
Please run that back one more time. Yo.
Oh, I think he's got video of the crash, just the crash, right?
Oh, really?
We got the replay. Here's the raw video. This isn't from the news article.
Oh, my
You
God.
can hear someone yell for a medic, too.
Dude, he cleaned.
Battle Hawk, baby.
That is a true Battle Hawk.
Those guys are Vipers fans. Oh, shit. That guy is hurt.
Oh, my gosh. So, Seth.
Drop kicked in the face from, what did it say, 60,000
Okay,
6,000
Seth,
feet.
if you got injured in that while you were doing that as an enlisted person, what does that mean for you?
Well, you're gonna get some great benefits when you get out. Anytime you're sore, I'd be like, well, I did get fucking drop kicked by a guy going 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, here, cheers my phone. Check this out.
I mean,
Like
they're
you
not gonna
always
get a
showing
purple
people.
heart or anything, and they might,
I wonder if they just be like, here, listen, we're going to give you enough to just go away. Just go away or make this go away. Oh, that's great.
I don't know.
I like how I heard a hawk screech in there.
Yeah, that guy was a true Battle Hawk.
That was great.
True Battle Hawk.
OMG, LOL, says someone on Facebook, which we hate. Hey, everyone go over. That's Dre Montez, my boy. Someone just lost their pro rating, says James Thomas. James Thomas has got some shit going on. Can we talk about
Dude,
that guy?
let's talk about him for a second. Casey Weedblog. Check it out if you don't have
Casey
a chance.
Weedblog, okay.
Casey Weedblog.
Yeah.
Guy's
Yeah.
awesome.
Awesome.
And he's like, I think he's got a DJ
He's
service
from
too.
the fucking future. Is that what he has?
He's got a
going on?
DJ service, and he's doing all this wild shit with video. I want to collab with that cat.
Okay, look at us. We got this dumb shit freaking thing up here.
But there's like really
oh.
pretty constellations.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever, we're great. This guy, I saw him do a video where it was his body being videotaped.
3D
he wasn't
mapping.
moving like this because no one can really move like this. Okay. But it was making like pixels of himself.
Yeah, for sure.
It
was
was
badass.
radical.
I love that when I got in there was like 4 people watching, and one of them was you.
Ah,
It was
nice,
great. I'm like,
And-
yeah,
and
we're tuned into this.
These
shit. This
videos
guy's
I've
on one.
never seen before get like 5 likes from his friends. So you got shitty friends. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, what's
out
the
there
deal,
and say, yeah,
James?
friends with us. Friends
James,
with us.
Come on, hit us up. We're gonna be in Kansas City for the cannabis industry showcase.
Kansas City's always been a little bit behind us.
There, you can't find trash in the joint.
Where's all their trash? In
Where
St.
are
Louis?
they putting the trash?
In the Missouri River.
It's flowing all down. Motherfucker, you solved it.
Yeah, it's going to St.
You
Chuck,
solved
right?
it.
Probably most of it goes to
Yeah,
St.
fuck
Chuck.
'em.
Fuck 'em.
Anyway, more likely down into like the Merrimack or something. But
Damn it. Damn it. I love fishing in the Merrimack. I got challenged to a fishing contest.
cool.
Oh.
We've got talk about the Hoosier Fishing Club for a second because it's a pretty cool deal.
You guys want to join the Hoosier Fishing Club? You can. It's at the Hoosier Fishing Club. You can find it. I'll put a link to it. It's pretty dope. I mean, it's just about 50 people right now. We do have a fishing trip coming up in February.
Right? Yeah.
A little cabin that sleeps 12 people. We got about 12 right now.
We're hoping to get about 15. Get nice and tight.
God, yeah. Well, I'm going to be loose. This is when you close up. Hit me with the close up. Hit me with that close up.
We got to put that on.
Oh, yeah,
we figured this out.
This is going to get real tight
Thought we were
and loose and tight and then loose again because I do Kegels. Okay. Okay, but it's fun if you just want to hang out and have fun with your guy friends.
Sure.
Somebody's dad's going. Brian Kessler's going. I think you're going.
Yeah, I plan on it.
Scotty Coles, maybe.
Yeah.
Your bro. Elgin and Co. outdoors.
Elgin
When it starts to warm up, we're gonna have more outdoors videos. We want to bring you guys the information that I can't fucking find on the internet to save my goddamn
And
life.
it shouldn't be that hard.
No.
Listen, one of the things I want to do with Elgin and Co. that I want to bring to these people is just a simple river report. There were a few times this year where I was just trying to find the levels on certain rivers. After we had all that rain in the summer,
Oh, I bet you can find that.
you would be surprised. There's no place, even on Facebook, where you can just go and find out, hey, fishing was good on on the pine of the day, hey, the water's running a little low. Floats are, the river's kind of jammed up. It's pretty popular. It's all jammed up out there. But no, like just basic river information.
Oh, gotcha.
Just like, is it a good day to float? It's really, there's nobody wouldn't even take that much. So you could drive by the Merrimack and be like, oh, Hoosaw's a fucking zoo today. Like it's always is. But
yeah, how you need like trail cams or something.
Okay.
Done. Solved.
Okay.
Trail cams along the river. That's
dude,
hot.
all you need is honestly, all we would need is a good relationship with somebody that's got a resort on each river and say, hey, what's the river like
Give us
today?
the update.
Because as soon as I get that's the first thing I ask. Hey, is the river up? Is it running?
People from those establishments are
No doubt.
really good with technology and getting back to people too, which is great. That's their
what I'm saying.
superpower.
That's what I'm saying. So we just have a
taking
really
over
good
that
system of
area.
smoke signals and Pony Express that gets us back and forth, but then we put it out on the digital platform. I don't know.
I'll go.
You ready to go to break?
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
Before we go to break, Craig.
Yeah.
First of all, there's this.
Oh, this chick is fucking. That makes me so hot.
She's an American hero. She's an American hero.
Angrily grinding like.
If the shoe was on the other foot, if I'm doing that to a lady cop, I'm going to get tagged with another 9-year sexual assault charge. Plus, I'm going to have to register as a sex offender.
Say that cop gets hard.
Oh, yeah?
Is that inappropriate?
You like that?
Or at that point, is it
I
warranted?
don't think that her case would hold up in court with video
Is
evidence.
that warranted at that point?
Unless she was trying to make the case that he was already hard, in which case,
Like it was my flashlight.
That's entirely
When
possible.
did he get hard?
That's the question, and that would be hard to prove. You'd have to really
Go back to that video
can
one
we
more
zoom
time.
in on the crotch area.
Yeah, can we see how hard that cop was? You see, he's hiding it from the camera.
Oh, that is a classic.
Classic.
That's the old
See,
trapper keeper.
Pause it where his dick is.
that's the old trapper keeper move. That's the old waistband tuck.
Sometimes you had to tuck it in between your balls and your leg, but
All right,
that almost
picture
feels
this.
good.
Picture this. Let me take you on a little,
Take me on a little journey.
little time machine travel. You're probably in fifth, sixth grade. You're starting to be really like
Tucked
puberty's
up in his
kinda
tool
thing.
belt.
You're sitting in mass, and for no reason, the narb just hits you out of nowhere, but it's right before you have to go to communion. What's your go-to move?
Oh, I was always a belt tucker.
Yeah, it's a waistband tuck.
Yeah.
It's a waistband tuck, and it's a quick movement.
You get a little older, though.
It's a...
Like, when I hit puberty junior year and my shirt was tucked in, you could kind of notice if you're looking for it.
I don't think, but see, that's kind of one of those things like when you're really high.
I just had one of the
really
brothers
that
blow
high,
me.
or are you just worried that you're really that you look that high to everybody else? But probably, actually, when I get to that point, I'm usually
you
really
look
that high.
insane.
I don't have to smoke at all to look insanely high.
You know what, Craig?
Stay in school and don't freebase cocaine. Stay.
Okay, that's. I do not freebase cocaine. I'll do a little toot.
Hey, before we go to break, though, do you want to check out Scotty Coops posted, while we're talking about stuff getting banned, I want you to tell me if you think the Skittles commercial that was banned, if you think that it warranted being...
God. Diane Doggendorf said she this might get flagged. You might want to kill it.
Get flagged.
Give me
I
for my
bet you
sweetness.
Skittles shuts us the fuck up.
I don't think Skittles really mean I think so. There is no way Skittles marketing department, even as a joke.
Can Skittles put on a cease and desist?
You would think they could, but there are a million mirrors of that video because it's been out for a decade.
How hard is it to scrub something from the internet?
Oh, man. It's real. I'd say it's real hard.
pretty quick, it
Are you
seems.
okay?
I choked.
You need to scrub something from the internet?
I'm joking.
It's like that. You just
if there's
reminded
any
me of
water
something
over
I forgot
there,
about 5 years
Let's go to
ago.
break. Let's go to
if there's
break.
any,
I got some
look at this.
scrubbing.
We have the best interns.
I got some scrubbing to do.
I'm choking here.
Dark is too much.
Thank you.
I want to talk to Samson.
I don't. I just want to talk to the water guy.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Why?
You want to go to break?
Let's go to break, guys. Steve's gonna chub up.
Yeah, I am. I just love her velvet pants.
I think it's
Love her
more.
velvet pants. I bet those feel good again.
Take us to break, Seth.
Okay. Take you to break?
Yeah.
You're not. Are we up against it?
We're up against
It's
it.
been a while since you said
We're
that.
up. We are up against it.
I guess we are. We make our own rules.
make our own
Tell us
fucking
what to
rules.
expect on the other side.
Yeah.
Weed news, cannabis news.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about some cannabis news. We're gonna do all kinds of weird stuff. Stick around.
Hey everybody, I'm just making this post as a little public service announcement. I recently had a roof leak, and I got online and called the hashtag Roof Boys. They showed up and they didn't have a truck. They came out of the woods near my home, which was odd. When they showed up, I'm pretty sure they were children. The little one was aggressive. He was beating on my garage. He was shirtless and had a tattoo that said Bug Life. And the older one didn't have a ladder and said he would climb my roof by getting on the pillar, and he was slapping a spatula around, which I don't know what a spatula does for roofing. So if you want a reputable roofer, I recommend you go to Lifetime Roofing and Renovation, located in Webster Groves. They've been around since 2005, and they're grown men.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too. Because they were both underage.
Then
we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
James Carlton Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome, amazing, astonishing, astounding, fabulous, incredible, fantastical, phenomenal, prodigious, stupendous, unbelievable, wondrous, divine, fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house, go on and get it insured. You got a car, you gotta get it insured. You got a life, go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net.
Come to Prunes and got good price.
This is one of the best Cubans. I try a Cuban everywhere I go. And this is one of the best damn Cubans I've ever had. And we've got a little white cheddar mac here, a little cracker mac. Life changing. Incendiary.
Everywhere I go, I try the Cuban. This time I did. I got the grilled cheese bacon burger.
Look at that.
With put some pepper jack on it, some jalapenos. And we got some Crisco fries. And all I can say is, oh baby, grow baby.
As you can see, this was once a delicious plate of coconut shrimps, and I devoured it. And if I had to say, if I had to give a review real quick, I'd say it's an orgasmic feast of the senses.
And I love meat.
Hey Hoosiers, are you ready for some cannabis news? Are we talking about weed? Whoa.
What, did you go to weed college?
Yes, we did, and I am your host for Cannabis News.
Beowulf, it's so good to see you again.
My name's Beowulf Jetson, and I'm here with my friend Greg Poehler, who's a big Facebook buff.
Big Facebook buff.
Loves Facebook.
I make my hay on Facebook.
Good. I got some news for you.
I like to sing Roy Orbison tunes to gather a following.
My name's Beowulf Jetson. Well, this story comes to you from the Belleville News Democrat. It's for everybody something that's near and dear to us. It's cannabis news. Legal marijuana is coming to Illinois. But what will happen if you bring it to Missouri? The basis is you're going to get in a lot of trouble is what they're saying.
Okay.
It's what this article's saying. While people who are at least 21 will be able to purchase recreational marijuana legally starting on January 1 in Illinois, it doesn't mean they are able to bring the cannabis into Missouri. On January 1, Illinois residents will be allowed to possess any combination of 30 grams of cannabis flower, 5 grams of cannabis concentrate, and 500 milligrams of THC contained in cannabis-infused products. Non-residents will be able to possess half of those amounts. Okay. So they talk about Nebraska and Oklahoma suing Colorado because more people were bringing marijuana into the two states. Nebraska started seeing more arrests for marijuana possession, which is fucking dog
ridiculous.
Shit. Possible charges. This is what's still going on in Missouri. Possessing between 10 and 35 grams of marijuana in Missouri can be charged as a Class A misdemeanor, which could carry up to a year in jail and a fine up to $2,000, according to the Missouri Sentencing Commission. A person caught with less than 10 grams of marijuana could face a Class D, which carries up to a $500 fine. Now, Susan Ryan, a spokeswoman for the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office, said they don't always file formal charges for possession of under 100 grams or less of marijuana, and would instead try to get offenders into diversion programs.
All right. Okay. So
St. Louis City passed an ordinance in 2018, reduces the fine to $25 for being caught with a small amount of marijuana. I'm fucking fed up with the bullshit. Greg.
Consider the lunacy behind the statement of Nebraska saw their arrests skyrocket with people bringing medical cannabis out of Colorado into their state.
Can you believe it?
It's like we were sitting there just waiting for people that weren't otherwise breaking the law. We were just going to stop them and just check it out. Just check out the car, guys.
I'm at the Four Corners. It's legal here. It's illegal here. It's medicinal here. And it's illegal here. Where am I? I'm in all four corners of the state. I'm freaking out.
It's garbage. And right now, We've made the laws that bind us, which bothers me. And it's all about follow the rules. Because there's another story. The next story is over $100 million worth of cannabis was burned because, well, it had more THC.
Man, Frito's sales went through the roof in the surrounding county.
Yeah, we got to burn all that medicine.
Where do they do that? Do they do it like on a nuclear testing site? Do they drop a bomb on it?
10 million plants.
10 million
worth $1 billion because they were supposed to be hemp, you see. It's supposed to be less than 0.3%, and they plucked one of them strains right off there, and it was the devil strain. Had 22% marijuana's in it. I'm sorry. I got to change wigs. I got to change wigs.
Well, I saw a post today. I'm new to Facebook, actually.
I know, Greg.
I'm brand new to it, and I'm just looking for some real friends. I'm just looking for real internet friendship.
That's what the internet's
That's
for.
what I'm looking for, real, genuine people to be my friend. Okay. I heard that in New York, there's this post of these two. I didn't hear it. I synced it.
Okay.
There's these two cops, and you know how they do the posing with their big busts. It's like, what's the scene in Super Troopers? Like, spread it on, you know, and the mayor's standing there with them. So like these two cops are sitting there with their fucking Wiley X sunglasses and they're standing there all proud, and they're just in a room filled with cannabis. And it turns out that it was a hemp load that they'd pulled over this big flatbed, and like they busted. And this shit's still up. They're still celebrating this big marijuana bust.
And it's hemp.
It's fucking hemp.
And do they know now?
They don't care. They're treating it as though it's as though it was a big illegal drug bust.
Oh my God, it's infuriating. And I know we got to follow the rules that we've made for ourselves. It's illegal and now it's legal. Oh God, okay.
Well,
the whole turn your back thing, like, okay, Craig,
the Immaculate
get
Conception.
your seeds and get your strains and get your clones. Okay, get them. Okay.
Now, I've
Ooh, I'm gonna arrest you though.
I'm
gonna
argued.
arrest you. Did you get it from Illinois? I'll fucking arrest you. Yeah, exactly. Gary knows what I'm talking about. It's
Listen,
fucked up.
I'm down with the Immaculate Conception. I understand the need for the Immaculate Conception.
It's dumb though. Can we agree how dumb it is?
With this program passing, this is a big deal. When we voted this through, 70% of the state, 67%, whatever the number was, 2/3 of it for all intents and purposes. Okay, when we voted it in, it is not okay for police now to have made several different arrests now for people in possession and not understand the fact that people can be in possession. There have been, in the last week, three or four arrests for people that were legal patients.
I know.
They have the cops have no database then going to. So listen.
Well, they got to produce a card.
If the rule is that there's this Immaculate Conception, maybe. And I saw a letter went out to the Sheriff's Association. Shout out to our guy over at Companion Mag, Lance Storm.
Check out Companion Mag.
Check out companionmag.com.
Lance Storm, not his real name. You fucking liar.
There's been a ton of illegal arrests made. There's been a memo.
I don't lie to people.
There's been a memo that's gone out to all the different sheriffs through the Sheriff's Association.
You think my last name's Elgin? It is.
You didn't tell him about my pubes, did you?
Yeah. You didn't tell him about my pubes. I'm having a good time. Not. Okay,
Listen.
I got one more weed story for you if you guys want to hear it.
Okay. I've got one if you don't.
Who told you to get weed stories? Because that was...
It's right here in front of me on the news desk.
Oh, that's right. Craig didn't do anything. Seth did... Oh, God.
They don't want to play my video.
I did hours and hours of work.
Yeah, I'm actually started on my... Wait a minute. Who's Craig?
Oh, Greg. Yeah, Greg. Oh, this is kind of a... This is kind of a deep study. This is from Forbes. Marijuana may not be so effective for mental health issues. Study finds. And this is a real long one. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. I guess I could. It's really not that long. Oh, let me read it over. Let me read it real quick in my head. For people using cannabinoid medications to treat mental health issues, a new study may take the wind out of your sails. Finds that in general, the different versions of medicinal cannabis don't have any clear therapeutic benefit for a range of disorders. In fact, the authors conclude, the risks may well outweigh the benefits. For anxiety, however, there may be some advantage, but even here, the quality of evidence is low, making it unclear whether to put much stock in the association. Here's the deal. It was published in the Lancet Psychiatry, included 83 studies. Hey, I'm open to all the studies. I'm not trying to be the guy who only reads all the good studies. That's not what Beowulf Jetson does.
Heard that.
Beowulf Jetson likes
shoot
to hear
holes
all
in
the-
my parachute.
Thank you. Okay?
Shoot holes
Maybe
in
not
it.
my parachute, but
No.
like my
No,
sternum.
shoot holes in it.
But yeah, I'd like to listen. We need to fucking study the plant.
Where'd you go to weed college?
And someone needs to, and now it's available.
One
You
of-
can go to weed college. You can. Listen to me, everyone. You can go to weed college. You can do anything you want. You can follow your dreams. You can do this, okay? Don't do this. This is my shit, okay, friendo? Don't think you can do this shit. This is one-of-a-kind shit here, friend. All right, what was I talking about?
I don't care.
All right, the deal is, cannabis news and shit.
That was terrific, Steve, and thank you for. Oh, sorry, Beowulf.
Beowulf.
I
Steve.
apologize.
Who's
I apologize. Who is that guy?
My facial recognition.
Do want to talk about an Israeli company combining mushrooms with marijuana to treat illness. One thing to build on what you were saying about the objective look before we jump over there. One of my favorite things about that documentary that our friends Craig, Steve, and Tony went and saw in Michigan was that it showed a really objective side to the psilocybin studies. They had 20 different people in the study. I think 14 of them showed signs of improvement or, had kicked depression altogether.
Yes.
But the 3 stories that they pretty much primarily focused on were not success
They
stories.
did it on purpose too, they said.
And I think it's one of those things where you watch it, and maybe because I don't know how convincing it would be to somebody that has never partaken or maybe, don't know the healing benefit themselves of psilocybin because they haven't felt that ineffable thing.
The guy who went on Joe Rogan to argue against cannabis, he's got a book out called The Psychosis of Marijuana.
Yeah. I know who you're
crazy
talking about.
name. That's what he was talking about though. Some of the studies are people with schizophrenia get all stoned up, and maybe they do something later and they correlate it to possibly the cannabis. And I don't think anything is for everybody, except I try to think about that. What, air's for everybody? Fucking water?
Yeah.
Water's for everything. There's only a few things that are for everybody that you can collectively
That
say,
are
"Yeah, it's for
vital
everybody."
to our
The Bee Gees.
Yes, definitely. Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? God damn it.
Change fucking wigs and put on the battle hawk. Yeah, gonna change it like a motherfucking freight train. Should we go to weather, or what are we gonna do next?
Yeah, I guess maybe we can take a quick break. Or no, do we want to go down the rabbit hole?
I have no other breaks except one other one.
That's okay. That's all right. We can just
rabbit hole. Let's do it.
Rabbit hole. Well, thank you, Greg and Beowulf.
Graham, Beowulf.
That was tremendous.
Beowulf
really,
Jetson.
really good content that we're bringing here to Missouri and to the world.
To the world wide world.
To the world. According to the LA Post, federal investigators have issued subpoenas for up to 20 prison staff members as they investigate the death of Jeffrey Epstein. As many as 20 officers at the federal prison in Manhattan, where Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, have been subpoenaed. Federal investigators sought the grand jury subpoenas as they try to piece together the events leading up to Epstein's suicide at the Metropolitan Correctional Center earlier this month, according to CNN. 2 guardsmen who were tasked with watching Epstein are of particular interest to investigators. The pair, who have been placed on leave, are suspected to have fallen asleep on the job when Epstein died. Epstein?
You've been saying it that way the whole time. I don't know why
Epstein?
Epstein.
I just changed it. I don't know.
And then you're like, Epstein?
Fuck it. I don't care. He's dead.
He's a dead sex offender. Who cares?
Craig made one of the freakiest, coolest videos I've seen. Guy gets video editing software for a couple days, and you get a peek inside someone's mind. It's like the first Blues video. Remember? You're like, Jesus Lord, man, this is 14 minutes of chaos.
It was tremendous.
Yours is good
when I
too.
saw you get in the tub with the toaster the first time, I'm like, I get this guy.
Schwartzy.
I get this guy.
But no, you spliced in some pictures of Epstein. You've been working on a little like a reminder for people. I would say a little type of social reminder,
which is awesome.
And
that
it's catching fire.
The meme that has become Epstein, like we have every day there are 100 new memes that are saying, "Oh, by the way, Epstein didn't kill himself."
It's so weird what broke us.
But I'm afraid of this.
World Trade 7 didn't do it.
What I'm witnessing, I am terrified of, because the most egregious shit that we could possibly imagine are our children under attack by the people that we have elected leaders. And now we're actually onto something where we have exposed this horrifying thing. And it's just a fucking internet joke. It's just a fucking internet joke. You talk about comfortably disgruntled. I mean, and even more comfortably apathetic. Like, it's now a fucking joke. Hey, listen, if it keeps it in the news, if it gets people subpoenaed, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But if it just goes down as a fucking joke, if it's just the next Leroy Jenkins, then we have
Remember when that guy fucked all them kids, man?
That was crazy. Remember how the president was like on the
Thank you and thank Nero for your service. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. If I could I throw a PSA out real quick?
Real quick.
Just the remarkable nature of these dogs and them being highlighted in the news creates a huge demand by people that frankly shouldn't have them. If you see the coverage and you decide I want one of these dogs, either buy a finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Okay, thank you.
That dog was found hung a day later.
It's fucking tragic, dude.
Yeah, that guy was
absolutely fucking tragic. I think it's something that it's one of those weird. It's one of those weird growing pains, man. Where it's like, okay, in order for something to now mean anything, in order for something to unite people who are so polarized politically and philosophically right now, I wouldn't even say philosophically because it's all so fucking on the surface, material garbage argument, but to see the only thing that can bring these differing thoughts together, these poison camps that always want to shit on the other side, right versus left, whatever, is a fucking internet joke that everyone can partake in. Is that the new way that the masses are inspired? I mean, it's just,
fuck me, man.
It's it feels a lot like Idiocracy to me.
Yeah.
Where it's we just can't even have fucking real conversations anymore and it mean anything or be persuasive. The way we're persuasive is by fucking putting a meme. I love it. I love that we're subpoenaing people.
That's the whole thing.
But what's gonna come of it?
I break it down to, how do you fix some things? Empathy, right? You get people to really feel what somebody else is feeling, and it can be transformative. If you can step in somebody else's shoes for a while, whether it be a psychedelic or traveling or some sort of means to really open your mind and open your heart in a real way, not just say, because I've read the stuff that says, oh, you're an empath, you feel anxious when you're around other people and you're picking up their energy and you really feel, I sometimes think, like, is that a ploy to be like, yeah, you're an empath, you're just supposed to feel everybody else's shit and it's okay. But recently I've been seeing more things. It's like how to deal with feeling other people's shit. And it's like, well, if you're feeling other shit, you should be able to give off enough good to kind of counteract that stuff. And if you can keep just doing good and the good little choices to continue to do good things, that energy is going to ripple across the whole spectrum of everything. And I mean, we talked about Pizzagate so long ago, and you get to this point where you Pizzagate kind of ruined me. It ruined us, right? Like, you can't really talk about that forever. So then you hit these waves where you almost
Ben Swan.
You don't, yeah, and you almost don't.
We were
you
talking
don't
about
care.
a changing station, dude.
It's fucked up.
And everyone was like, "Oh, you're just you're a Sandy Hook denier and everything." Like,
I think Sandy Hook's weird. I think there's some weird shit that went on with Sandy Hook that we don't even remember anymore. Damn, there's a big old spider on my wall over
ooh,
there. See that thing?
that
or is
thing
that a
is
cave
gnarly.
cricket?
No,
Is that
that's a
cave or
spider, homie.
Oh, damn,
That
son.
thing is big.
Mike, get a picture of that big old spider and put it up on the screen.
He's just joining us for the show.
That's freaking me out, man.
He's fine. He's fine. He ain't fuck with nobody. I always leave spiders be. They seem all right.
Yeah, me too. If you can get him outside or just smash his fucking brains in, I'm cool with that too.
Listen, did you hear the
Mike, you're getting fucking close to it, man. Mike,
did you see the thing
remember
about
a time our
Epstein?
intern got bit by a poisonous spider? Is that a brown recluse?
Yeah, maybe. It's a wolf spider.
No, it's a wolf. This is great. I wish we had camera on this. Oh, look at him. He's got it. Oh, shit. That's insane, bro. That's insane.
Dude, fucking
Mike, you
Mike
are
is the
goddamn,
dude.
man.
Mike is the fucking dude.
Scott just laughed.
Scott's like, look at that fucking guy carrying a spider, bro.
Fuck that, dude.
Did you see?
Fuck
You know,
with the
Epstein's got
spiders one
a
day.
Epstein's got a private island. Thanks, Mikey.
It's on fire.
The motherfucker's on fire.
Sometimes islands just burn down.
No, well, just like the one house that's like on the remote corner of the island.
That just happens sometimes. Lightning, sharks with laser beams finally had their day in the sun, you know? A rogue magnifying glass.
If he was insured by James Carlton,
Ooh.
he would already have a check. From
Do
him.
we do live reads anymore on this show?
I don't care. I do what I want.
Wow, Mr.
Yeah, that is something we tell
Core
our
Water,
sponsors.
really fucking badass. Fucking
We
laying it
do
out
tell
there.
our
I do what I
sponsors
want.
that they get live
Oh,
reads,
Ross
yes.
Gresham has a big.
I'm the other way on this. This story was dead 4 days after it came out. I honestly think the only reason we are keeping focus on it is because someone knew how to manipulate social media to keep it in everyone's mind. The more it trends, the harder it is for nothing to happen, in my opinion.
Oh, that's a very.
I thought he
meta
was just
game.
giving a shout out to
Okay,
emos.
Ross.
That's
Okay.
a very
I see
meta
you working,
game.
buddy.
Ross is an interesting dude.
I love Ross.
I mean, I don't like him as far as I can throw him.
Funny guy.
Terrible human. No, actually, he was up late at night at the cotillion, and we're like, we gotta find some beer somewhere. We're out, and he comes walking out of the bushes like, oh, you guys need beer? And we're like, yeah, we weren't just about to rummage through your coolers or anything. He's like, take all the beer you want, man.
Go
And
ahead,
then just
please.
fucking went back.
What's mine is yours.
I was like, sweet, I like this guy.
Right on.
I
Cool.
fucking like this guy. He's one of the funniest guys on the page, too. Sneaky funny.
Oh,
he'll get you, though.
That guy will run a
He'll
rim.
fucking get you.
Oh, yeah? You like that?
Play this.
You like that? Yeah?
It's so stupid.
Well, I say we
love
go
it.
to a break and we come back with the weather.
And then we got some Tinder stuff. And
We
then
got some Tinder stuff. We got some streaming
a
pics.
tram guide. From,
Oh, we do. We
We have
have
a
a tram
tram
guide
guide.
from Grant's Farm.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yep.
I'm really
It's
excited
gonna
about
be
that.
good.
All right, guys, stick around on the other side of the break. Mike's going to bring you the weather, and we're going to get a little weirder.
Hey Hoosiers and Hoosierettes, have you ever been to Maplewood? Well, I have. And I went to CBD Cannabis Boutique and Dispensary. Oh look, there's the good Dr. Tiffany Jones. She is literally the greatest human being on earth. CBD Cannabis Boutique and Dispensary are holistic pioneers in the CBD oil, CBD flower, and hemp marketplace. Cannabis Boutique and Dispensary provides the St. Louis and surrounding communities with the highest quality CBD products available, including organic CBD oil cartridges, CBD gummies,
CBD tea, and other CBD edibles. People ask us all the time,
where can I get some CBD? My bones hurt.
well, you know what? Go ahead and check out CBDCannabis.com. They have an amazing website with all the information on there. Hoosier Sophisticate loves CBD Cannabis Boutique and Dispensary. Carve it in a tree. Actually, don't. I think that hurts the tree. Get your CBD. Make me feel better.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did. And it's James Carlton, State Farm, CarltonInsurance.net. Lifetime Jill. Lifetime Jill. Lifetime Jill.
I get so good. I've been getting storm damage. I've been getting estimates. I've been getting door hangers. I've been getting my dream shattered around. Every time I go to Google, I check out reviews. All those 5-star ratings make me wanna go with you. Please, oh Lifetime, please, will you let me be your boo? I just want you to fill me with that precious, precious knowledge. Precious knowledge. Most knowledgeable roofers in the game. They got 5-star reviews. They got 5-star reviews. Yeah.
Hey girl, where you wanna go?
I don't care, I just love you.
Are you hungry? Do you wanna get something to eat?
I don't care, I'm kinda hungry.
Well, what sounds good?
Anything sounds good, you pick.
How about some Mexican?
No, I had that for lunch yesterday.
How about we get some Italian food?
Ew.
Okay, now you're not saying anything, you're just
I
giving
just
me a
want
look.
something delicious.
What does that even mean?
I want to sit outside.
Applebee's?
Applebee's?
No,
Gross.
Applebee's.
I'm not eating
Good.
I don't know why. Applebee's always frown at or disgusting. They're gross. I'm not eating Applebee's.
I want to go to Truman's. Let's go to Truman's. Soulard, go to Truman's. I want to go to Truman's. And Soulard, take me to Truman's. We agree on Truman's. I on Truman's. Soulard, I on Truman's. Soulard,
Truman's and Soulard, a place we can all agree upon.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, Hoosiers, Weatherman Mike here. Monday night, November 4th. We got light rain. It's a little cloudy with, what do we got? We got a low of 40 tonight, okay? Got the winds, they're light and variable. So, yeah, that's it for tonight. Tuesday, the 5th, we've got sunny with minimal clouds. Let's see if any at all. I don't think there's going to be any. going to be a high of 53, so it's going to be a decent day. Winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Let's see, we're looking at Tuesday night, clear low at 35 with we got some north winds coming out somewhere,
And that's
somewhere
when
in the
the
5 to
whores
10
come
mile an hour
in.
range. Same as the daytime. We got a low of 35. I already said that.
You get
Wednesday
your
the
ass
6th,
out there and you
same
find
as
that
yesterday.
fucking car.
Same, but the temperature is going to be 61. Then we got Wednesday night, 70% chance of rain starting early into the night. Low at 35, east wind starting around 5 miles per hour, ending about 20 miles per hour. So it's going to be cold.
And
Cold
that's when
wind,
the whores
20
come
miles
in.
an hour. Where are we at? Thursday?
That's when
Thursday,
the whores
the
come
7th. So we got some rain coming in, some snow showers. It's going to be sleet. Just be careful on the road. It's going to get a little cold and icy. Partly cloudy in the afternoon, high at 39. Got some more of them 20-mile-an-hour winds. 50% chance of precipitation. So, that's 50%. It might happen and it might not.
I'm going to
Mostly
give the people
clear.
what they want. Sensation.
Later on, with a
horror,
low of
shock.
19. Winds 5 to 10
Send
miles
them
per
out
hour.
in the streets to tell their
Friday,
friends how
sunshine,
wonderful it
baby.
is to be scared.
Got a high
to
at
death.
37. Then it's going to be partly cloudy. Few clouds and low in the 26 degree range.
You like that? You like that? Yeah?
Okay, so on that note, I'll leave you with Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 52, and partly cloudy, low of 39. It's Weatherman Mike out.
Scoot over. Watch the dance, and you got to replicate the dance.
I got to replicate it right now?
It's called the weather dance off.
All right.
Weatherman dance off. All right, you get to see it once, and now you get to do it.
Oh, I haven't been watching.
All right, you'll get another chance. No music, too, which is good. All right, now throw it to him again. Now stand up and do it.
Stand up and do it. Okay.
You got to duck down a little bit. There you go. Now put it on him. Now scoot over that way. There you go. Now you got it. Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good. That's Mike with the weather. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Kip, and I'm your Grants Farm Tour Tram Drive Rider. And I'm going to tell you a few things about Grants Farm that you might not have known before you got here on the tram. There's a chair in the middle of this place. I don't know who put this goddamn chair on the goddamn tram. Hi, and welcome to Grants Farm. I'll be your tram guide today. Freudian slip. Hey, this is the area right back here, if you can see. Right back in this area, this little nook right here. There's the time when Jason Roberts tried to fuck one of the 37 types of deer after finding a big sack of free beer tokens. And if you'll notice, in this area, right back in here, right up in that area, that's where a fella named Brian Kessler compared his dick to the zebra's dick, saying he was Spanish, and quote, black and white too. Right back there in that area. And if you look deeper into this, right there, a little kid was stuck in here one night, and he was raised by a pack of wildebeest. He eats, prays, lives, and fucks like the wildebeest. by the wildebeest code. His name is Seth Gabriel. And if you see the Clydesdale stable over here, pay no attention to Hans Anheuser. Hans is naked, clapping around in a horse bridle, asking all the park goers to hit him with a crop. He's a good little guy. There he is. There's little Hans. Mother. Oh, and if you look over in this area here, you'll see a mother breastfeeding a baby on one breast and her husband right there on the other breast. Look at him over there. He's doing that. Look at him. When you're feeding the goats. Hey, that one goat's refusing food. Instead of backing his ass up to any hand that will reach up inside him. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever been to Grant's Farm, then you'll come and see one of our 47 types of deer. Okay? And for $75 after hours, I'll let you in and you can fuck one of the goats. Okay? Anyway, this is Cleland, your Grant's Farm tram guide, and I hope you had a very educational day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey everybody, I'm just making this post as a little public service announcement. I recently had a roof leak, and I got online and called the #RoofBoys. They showed up and they didn't have a truck. They came out of the woods near my home, which was odd. When they showed up, I'm pretty sure they were children. The little one was aggressive. He was beating on my garage. He was shirtless and had a tattoo that said Bug Life. And the older one didn't have a ladder and said he would climb my roof by getting on the pillar, and he was slapping a spatula around, which I don't know what a spatula does for roofing. So if you want a reputable roofer, I recommend you go to Lifetime Roofing and Renovation, located in Webster Groves. They've been around since 2005, and they're grown men.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too.
Oh.
Because they were both underage.
Then
we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring them on.
James Carlton Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome, amazing, astonishing, astounding, fabulous, incredible, fantastical, phenomenal, prodigious, stupendous, unbelievable, wondrous, divine, fantastical, No, seriously, he's fantastical.
You got a house.
Go on and get an insurance.
You got a car.
You gotta get an insurance.
You got a life.
Go on and get an insurance. CarltonInsurance.net.
That is so great.
Lot of mercy, Jesus.
Lot of mercy.
Christ. Making men dance awkwardly. Steve's dream come true.
So I believe that Seth's got another one for us here.
And another one.
He's been trolling the webs of Tinder.
He's a weird guy.
He's a single guy. He's a single guy. He's out there. He's on the prowl. He's trying to find the good ones. Seth, did you run across any good ones while you were on Tinder?
I ran across some gems, and I want to get you guys' opinion. You just, since you're both Craig's gonna be married. Where are we looking at? July 11th?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Look at that. And then Craig, Steve, you're happily married now. So
yeah. And funny thing is, Jenny and I made vacation plans, and that's the day we planned on getting back from vacation.
Extended vacation, or not.
Sounds like fun. So I want you to tell me if I swipe left or right and why on these submissions.
So can you explain for a fool like me what happens if you swipe left? What happens if you swipe right?
Left is no, right is yes, I think.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Fair enough.
I took Tinder off my phone a while ago.
You had a 50-50 shot of getting that, so.
All right, but Scotty Coops.
Left is yay.
Let's go left is nay, right is yay. We'll do that.
Right is yay. So right is.
And that's when the whores come in.
Oh, we go.
So Scotty Coops here is going to read the Tinder profiles for you. You ready?
Let's do it.
Poops. Scotty Poopers.
Hold on.
Scott can't read.
Okay.
Scott can't read.
Okay. Here we go. We got Emily who's 22, new to Tinder.
22. What does that mean?
Emily, 22.
Not
Sorry,
going,
boys.
Not starting good.
Well, this microphone's breaking. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
okay, here we go. Okay, first off, we got Emily, 22. She's new to Tinder, just got off a serious relationship because my boyfriend was using banana peels for sex. Wish I could say I was kidding.
Using banana peels for sex. What does that look like?
O'Doyle rules.
I had a few different ideas.
I mean, obviously, you just take out the banana and fuck that fucking skin, bro.
Wrap that fucker around.
Take it out? Like, you think if it was warmed, you would think that the banana
I was
would
going to
be...
say microwave it for maybe just 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Wouldn't be quite as...
No way my dick is fitting in maybe a plantain. Are those bigger?
I think plantains are smaller.
Plantains are... they're huge. They're huge. They're this big.
I can deep throat a plantain. I'm swiping left though because I don't like the kink shaming.
Okay, fair enough.
The Photoshop pics are killing our audience. That's great, Seth. All right, so yeah, I guess we're gonna swipe right if we're
Swipe right is no.
Swipe right is yes.
Swipe right is yes. Swipe left is no.
There's nothing I'm willing to swipe no on that. Show her again. I mean, she's a pretty gal. She got pretty.
I think she looks fucking nuttier than squirrel shit, man.
Totally.
That's perfect for me. I'd go.
Where
right.
is she? Where is she? Is she at a market? I mean, I don't know. Is she taking that
they
picture?
prefer the term supermercado.
I'm an idiot. All right. Let's do the next one. God, what you need to have these.
All right, guys. We got 20-year-old Emma says, "It's all fun and games until I fuck your dad."
Right.
Steve breaks it.
Right. I've been trying to get Jen to fuck my dad for years.
I see you working, George.
One day. What do you?
Craig, you thinking right?
She got a great sense of humor.
I gotta appreciate the joke. Yeah, we'll swipe right on her. She's nuts.
I'm going right. That's 3 rights.
She's 20. She can't drink with you, and that's all you do.
20 years old? Yeah, dude. Like,
she can do ketamine.
I mean, okay. Are we? Are we? Is this something we're deciding like who we are today? Because I cannot see 35-year-old Craig ever.
We're Seth. We're in Seth's body. We're deep.
Oh,
in
so we're still in our
Seth's body.
30s though. We're still.
Yeah. We're Seth.
Oh
Imagine
man,
you're
I'm
Seth.
probably still gonna swipe left then. These fucking children, man.
Hey, you gotta swipe right on everything you can get if you're Seth. Okay. Like the shit. Damn. Sorry.
All right, who's the next one?
Okay, we got Madison, 22.
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was too busy blocking out the haters.
That's what that kid actually looked like.
All right, Madison, 22. I don't talk during sex because my mother said never talk to strangers. She sounds perfect.
Oh, well.
I mean, I'm thinking it's a sense of humor.
I can appreciate a gal that just says, "Hey, I'm only interested in never knowing your name."
Dangerous.
It's a fucking swipe left. She's 22.
You're Seth. Swipe right because you gotta.
Give her a forgetful night. Give her one forgetful night, baby.
Seth's just looking at us over there.
My lawyer has advised me that I go ahead and swipe left. That you just go ahead and void that altogether.
Okay. Next. He's
Okay.
only got 35 of these, but should be good.
We got 22-year-old Pakersha.
Nope.
Okay. We got Alex, who claims to be 18, says, I want to cover you in peanut butter and see how much I can lick off before my peanut allergy.
That's fun.
Oh, man, that's great.
That's fun. She's 18.
She's 18 years old.
You have a dog
All right, that's what I'm saying. Let's pretend that the game is all their ages.
20,
These are things being said. How much are you actually taking the looks into consideration here? Seth has picked out some very lovely women.
Oh, I'm all about looks. Everyone knows me. I'm the shallowest fucking douche you'll ever meet in your life. Dude.
I don't even
But
read
does
the
the
profile.
you know
Are there
does the
words
dad fucking joke like does it make one hotter?
Yes.
Sure.
Great sense of humor makes.
No doubt.
Super fine.
No doubt. Next.
So, hey, I think we're all going.
They're all children. I'm swiping left on everything so far.
Okay, we got
she's getting
22-year-old
close to her age.
Pakersha says,
27-year-old.
You can delete me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. You can delete my number, but you can never unlick my butthole.
Well, that's actually just that's just physical reality.
Yeah.
That's just physics.
No doubt.
You're never unlicking something that you've licked. Yeah, no doubt. Regular.
Is that an Osho?
Regular Neil deGrasse Tyson over there. A
gotta
little
figure
mix
it out.
between the two.
She's 27. She has a picture with what appears to be cum all over her face.
I don't know. Maybe she was eating a
Wait, a what?
Maybe a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Well, she just looks like she's not very.
Looks like a pastry.
Listen, if this is the okay, great. But if this is the impression you're giving me of your motor skills, I'm swiping left. I think that you already have like an early onset muscular. Now she's 27.
You're Seth. Swipe right.
No doubt. The gal wearing the donut. I didn't know I'm Seth. It's hard. It's hard.
That or go listen to The Cure in your room by yourself.
Okay.
31.
Okay, we don't know this girl's name, but she says she's 31 and has stated that she is looking for a man that will come inside me so I can rub my goopy vagina across my kitchen floor and pretend I'm a
Zoom
slug.
in on this, please.
She wants some snail trails.
Snooching.
Let's get a zoom. Let's get some zooms. Let's get some Zoom reactions.
I just don't know what my show's become. I just don't know what my show has become, what our show has become. What is this
We
thing?
gotta have
The
we gotta have
show
some fun.
before you, I had a banana eating contest.
Oh,
on
that
it,
totally
so,
compares
I
to
mean,
a goopy slug trail across the kitchen floor.
We've
Completely the same thing. We actually started with something as innocent as a guy fucking a banana, and we ended it with a 31-year-old leaving a trail
Didn't Mazansky mention
of
something about a
biohazard
trail
across.
prison?
Oh my Christ! What?
Yeah, we heard some stories.
Fuck.
Allegedly.
So Craig, you're probably going left.
I don't
right.
know.
I'm Seth. I'm going right.
I'm definitely going right.
If
Are you
we're-
kidding
yeah,
me?
if we're- if
'Cause
we're
if she
Seth,
follows
I'm-
through, that'd be a hell of a thing to add to your
Jesus,
Snapchat.
Seth.
What about this
Oh, yeah? You like that? You like that? Yeah?
It feels dirtier after
Unanimous
listening
right.
to.
There's nothing.
I feel dirtier seeing that clip after reading that last Tinder profile.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no, I don't. I feel better about it. There's a thing. If she's a chick who's gonna yell at the cops, though, big turn off. Don't yell at the cops. Don't yell at the cops.
What about a gal with a good
Don't
head on
bring
her
that
shoulders?
heat on me,
Don't
woman.
yell at the cops. I gotta empty my pockets. Like,
Right, we got a thing going for us here. Are
What
you
about
noticing a trend here? We can just.
Guys, what about a girl with a good head on her shoulders?
Stay in school and don't freebase cocaine. Stay.
I'm into it. Solid advice.
all right, then.
That's it.
That's it on the tendies.
That's it on the tenders. I think we got some good
Did it on the
research.
show?
We got some good research. I'm going to take all that to heart. Craig, I appreciate your input. Sorry I had to put you through that. You seem to really enjoy it.
I enjoyed every second of that. Please don't take that any other way. Anytime I. Goopy Vagina. Slug Trail 2. We like movies. So do you like internet. So do streaming pics of the week. Slimy trails. Streaming pics of the week on my kitchen floor. Streaming pics of the week. We like the internet too. What are you watching, Steve-O?
I've been watching a lot of South Park lately. I rewatched the whole last season, and I tried to rewatch Always Sunny, just to put something on in the background, just to have it on, see what I forgot.
You kind of turned me on to it a little bit. I gotta
It's
get
pretty
into
funny.
it.
It's got some shit, but the last season, and the season going on right now of South Park, the whole season is Tegrity Farms.
Okay.
So that's
Cannabis
a
related?
weed. Yeah. So it's Randy runs a cannabis farm. Randy
Stan's dad
runs a whole cannabis farm, and it is the best social commentary going right now. It is so
Okay.
good. Man
Is it
Bear
on
Pig,
Hulu, or what's it on?
It's on Hulu.
Cool, I'm
Man
into
Bear
it.
Pig comes back in the form of climate change, pretty much, and Al Gore. You guys should have gotten super cereal when I told you
He's
to get
back?
cereal. Yeah, and Man Bear Pig is the way they end all of these episodes. They take on food, processed plant food. They take on the climate change. I mean, some of the issues that they tackle and make fucking sense out of are priest and a young boy, the China episode. Like, it is so good. I stopped watching it for a while. I'm fucking back, man.
That's
It
cool.
is so good.
I think that you know, looking back on it, dude, I have not watched it in so long. Like when it first came out, it was this edgy
I missed a few
cartoon
seasons,
I
for
mean, I'm
sure.
talking. I missed 12 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, like But one thing I always remember is like even my dad would be watching, and he's like, they've got a beat on exactly what's going on. They pull the celebrities in, you know, and make them their own characters, and they have such a great way of just holding the scope, holding the microscope over the top of it. It's fucking awesome, dude. I'll have to get back into it.
That's pretty much all I've been watching. I tried to watch The Conjuring on Halloween.
How was it?
Couldn't
do it.
Fucking ghost. I mean,
you believe in possession?
I don't believe in demonologists making money off of getting demons out of your house and being like, "Whoa, don't touch that fucking doll. It's
What
got
about
a
exorcism?
demon in it." No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I think.
And I think
no.
exorcism is a real fucking thing. I think possession is a real thing. I'm with you on the clearing of spirits type thing like that. I know they would kind of go hand in hand. I'm with you on that, but I think that there are
Go
have
sage
been
yourself.
some serious fucking possessions.
Like, wouldn't you have to see that before you believe that?
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna put your faith in that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had.
I'm from the Show Me State, dog.
I hope that I never, see it, but I have people close enough to me that I believe that have seen it.
Fucking idiot.
So,
yeah, it has to be something like Jenny and I get into talks about it all the time about mediums and shit like that. I'm like, it's the equivalent to you telling me there's a fucking unicorn and I'm just supposed to fucking buy into it because it makes you feel better.
I mean, I think you can apply. There's.
I'm
some
not
level.
right. She's not right.
I think
either.
there's some level of consciousness of knowing where like the more you believe in magic, the more that it actually manifests.
I that's the one thing that kind of gets me, that once you start believing in it, you start
you give it. That this is all a mass
but what kind
hallucination,
is
right?
that? What truth is that if it's something that you're like, oh, people believe?
But I mean, there's people
really
that there are people that can see there are people that can see a wider spectrum of colors than other people.
Women
there are
can see
you know,
wider.
for sure. Even like when you do body work on cars, they say women are better at feeling like where there's any kind of ripples along the body side, which is
definitely
kind of a random thing. But what I'm saying is
ghosts then too.
there's all different kinds of level of perception. Why doesn't that apply to?
I'm not saying it doesn't. Just can someone please maybe get it on one of the phones, on one of the 10 billion phones?
But would you believe
maybe
it?
Get
would
one?
you believe it though?
Yeah.
I mean, you could make some
I'd be
pretty
more prone.
You could make some pretty. There are convincing.
I believe in
videos.
UFOs, and there's tons of videos of them.
There are convincing videos of things moving, of specters moving. But I mean, you could just as easily make the case that it was just somebody did some special effects on a video.
No doubt.
So I mean, that's what I'm
Deep
like.
fake.
What would it take for you to actually? If
I
you
have
saw
to
a
happen
video-
to me,
I mean, right?
or someone that I really respect. So that's what it would take. Because, I'll call out all the spirits. Ouija boards suck. Come on, spirits. Get me. Come on. Good ones, bad ones. There's so many shitty people on Earth that it's a lot of these mediums like, an old person passed from the chest. Yeah. Oh, you knew an old person who died? That's fucking nuts. I can't believe you did. But then it comes to, well, hey, they're very happy in the afterlife, and they said you did an awesome job. And it's like, oh, fuck, I feel so good. Is that wrong? I don't know if that's wrong. Do you want to be lied to and told and make you feel really
no.
good?
I listen. When it comes to mediums and things like that, I'm with you on that. It feels very forced and gross, and it feels like, especially the ones that they make a show out of, like it's like that. I can't. I'm not with it.
You're Taylor Swift, and I'm a celebrity medium, and I've never heard any of your background information. You fucking believe that? I hate that guy. And Teresa Caputo with the fucking. I wept the first 5 episodes I saw at her. I'm like, oh my god, she's fucking talking to these fucking dead people's fucking babies.
And then what was the turning moment for you? Like when
I
did you
looked up cold reading.
So okay.
I had looked up cold reading a while ago, and I was like, maybe I should do a little skepticism check on this broad.
Mhm.
Then I saw her fail a few times, and then I just did a bunch of research about cold reading, and I'm like, oh fuck, they have the same exact. If you take cold readers and you take mediums, they usually fire at about the same exact percent, and it's always this deal of, well, they can't really see what's going on. It's kind of like spiritual charades. And God, we've had old boy on the fucking show a few times, like. He's a skeptic himself. He says it every time. He's a skeptic himself. And I'm not saying that intuition and energy can't be messed with, because I've definitely had times when I was fucking feeling something and say my mom called, or I was feeling something and Jenny called, or I was feeling something and something happened with my kids. So there is how do you connect with that? How do you increase the spectrum on that? I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I'm just saying
You just
nothing
haven't
has
had your
happened
you just
to
haven't
me.
had your moment with
And
it.
I think I'm pretty open to it, even though I'm like, fuck it, it don't exist. Fuck you, demon
Deep
lord.
down, you want it to be a thing.
I think the world, any type of magic would be awesome. Like any type of. That's why, like, tarot cards and all that shit. Even the crystals. Crystals I kind of buy into a little bit with the frequencies, and there's some science behind it.
They
at least.
exist at a vibrator.
And I don't want to say everything. Well, if there's no fucking science behind it, then I ain't believing in it. And it's like,
that's such a boring way to
it's
live.
so boring. I don't want to do that. And science has. If you're only living by the science that's here today, wait in 500 years, and they'll go,
of science is so much bigger, right? It's
they're
so
like,
much
you only
bigger
knew
than
that much, and that's all you believed in.
Just
You
the things
fucking
that
idiot.
they talked about in Michigan when the gal talked about shamanic drumming and what could happen with consciousness and shamanic drumming.
No, the connections in the brain and the different wavelengths you can get on
No
and
doubt.
increase. So
No doubt.
I'm into it. It would just take a little something for me.
When it comes to magic, like there have been things that have absolutely happened where I'm like, I don't know where that came from, but that was something that I imposed my will on an object.
I get deja vu all the time. That's weird.
Deja vu is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's been some people trying to explain like some scientists and doctors that explain like it's your brain simultaneously experiencing the thought while also it hitting in the memory thing at the same time. So it's like, but then there's there's a metaphysical thing that says hey it's signs you're on the right path or what I mean however you want to look at that. There's probably if we're in a simulation, like I like a Matrix idea behind it. If you're in a simulation, like you are the little. Whenever I hear like you're on the right path, I just picture myself being like a bit on a circuit board, and I'm like I'm just running the route.
Yep.
I don't know. Weird shit.
No, it is
Weird shit.
because it's like fate and whether it's all planned out for you and whether that you make you're on your path, but there's all these different ways and calculations and different minute things, and then if you believe in that there's so many different versions of you living all of these different realities at the same time, it's a fucking crazy little thought. What did you watch? Did you finish?
I haven't. Undone.
Undone.
I have not, but I'm going. It's on. It's like I'm working it in.
Undone gets into all this. It gets into the shamans. It gets into schizophrenia.
I've had. So like it's when I talk about psychedelics, when we talk about psychedelics, I'm always kind of, I feel like we should speak about it in a way because of how profound of an impact they've had on me. I don't want to speak about it as if it's a taboo. And like sometimes when you're telling the stories, even like when I'm sitting and I'm telling my story to Shane Moss the second time we interviewed him, maybe it was the first time on the show, I was telling my story and being like apologetic for sounding crazy, right? Yeah. But at the same time, people that have had that experience with that divine experience, which is truer than anything that you've ever experienced tangibly in this third dimension, in this reality, like, it really doesn't require the validation of somebody else believing in it in order for you to know how real that was in that moment and how maybe it changed you. Like, and that's not to say like sometimes you're not just gonna fucking trip out and see fucking weird shit.
Sure.
But there's something unspoken that happens in that thing. So we can talk about all people bring back visions. People like Alex Gray, they paint unbelievable paintings that almost show you exactly what that world looks like. Or Terrence McKenna was a wordsmith, and he was able to really put the experience into an unbelievable, sentences, which is very tough to do. We can kind of do that with what you visually see, but it's really hard to do that with what you simultaneously feel, see, taste, hear. It's all a thing that's happening at once. And oh, by the way, it's pinging senses that you don't really know that you have. You're not even sure what to call it. It's and so like when I tell these stories about like, well, I've done magic under the influence of psychedelics, people be like, it's called tripping. Your brain was doing weird things. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but my world's different today because of it, and I know for a fact what I saw physically in this space because I shared this vision with other people that were sitting next to me who I wasn't talking to, but we were all simultaneously experiencing the same thing in the same moment. Yeah. And it's been such a taboo for so long, and people are like, "Oh, you've done fucking eaten yourself retarded. Like you have really hurt your brain." And it's like, no. It's actually the exact
You should tell that
opposite.
person not to say the R word. Though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I apologize.
Tell that person to
I was just actually thinking about Half-Baked, and you have smoked. And it just kind of
Science going on free bikes, car
I'll do that too, though. No, I just it feels like we have to apologize for having an experience. And I think that's something too, like the people that become famous mediums on TV and shit like that, like it's refreshing talking to a guy like Todd Siegel because he's like, I'm still trying to convince myself that what's happening to me is real.
It's a good ploy.
Whereas
too.
It feels like, well, no doubt. But I mean, even if there's a little bit of truth to that, which there probably is,
there's truth to everything.
I think it exposes a light on people who are like kind of overly confident and matter of fact about it, and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm with you. It feels gross when you take something.
That's when the whores come in.
It feels gross when somebody takes something that, let's say you can do it.
Yeah.
Let's say you are a medium and you are actually capable of connecting people so that they can mend bridges with loved ones.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Say you can do that. would the best way to do that be like to whore it out on TV, or would it be to like have a real connection with the people that you're helping? I mean, I guess it feels kind of a little televangelist to me. You know what I mean?
I know.
Listen,
well, the placebo effect, you really kind of blew my brain open there with, do I want to believe in the magic? And that's what the more we get into, the more the group shows me how unbelievable the magic is, the more I find myself wanting to push back a little bit to make sure I'm not just creating my own world of bullshit, surrounding myself by all the people that I want to be surrounded by, and also going, look at me, I got fucking blinders on to the real fucking shit. But it's like, what's real, what's fake? The placebo effect. How often does it work? 33% of the time or some shit? Like in different studies, the placebo effect is astounding. What we believe is, I used to think, I had a thought one night that religion is what you believe. The afterlife is what you believed. Whatever you believed on earth is where you go in the afterlife.
I've had that thought.
They're not going to take that away from you. Whatever it is.
If you've lived to, if you've built towards it.
Really, it's not. You're not going to get up there and be like, I used to joke around that when I was an exterminator, I'd be like, I'm going to get up there and it's going to be the cockroach king. He's going to be like, you fucked up, man. You killed so many of us, and I'm Jesus. Like, oh shit, man. He was a human on Earth. Son of a bitch.
Nobody gave me the memo.
So the whole, I want to believe in magic, but I want to balance it out by also being a tad bit skeptical.
There's also something to be said, though, like something you said there. The world is a big place, and it's entirely okay and really a beautiful. Listen, you're not even the blink of an eye in the cosmic ruler of time. You know what I mean? You're not even a fucking blip.
Aubrey Marcus says you're a drop in the water you're a drop of water in the ocean that the ocean forgot about.
Yes, exactly. And so you only have so much time on this planet. If you can create a reality, and our group is filled with people made of magic. I mean, I've seen some unbelievable shit from people in our group.
No bullshit.
And I mean, for real.
Yeah.
People made of magic. People that do very special things. People that are a beautiful representation of love. And we have the opportunity to create our own world. Yes, there's all kinds of shit going on in the world that, honestly, how much interest are we really giving it anyway? Who gives a fuck if Donald Trump's president? We've talked about that. Now it's become a fucking joke to us.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, we can focus on which fights on the national or the international, the global scheme. Like, we want to talk about Epstein. Okay, great. Let's talk about Epstein, because it's not okay that people in power are raping kids. That's one that we're going to step in. Oh, you guys want to fucking fiddle fart over fucking funding of some fucking program? I don't give a shit. I don't care about any
over
of that.
9/11 first responders.
Hey,
I don't care. That's Craig talking. I don't know.
Talking.
I care.
Yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit. So, but here's the deal. We do have 2,000 people who I love. I was talking about at the beginning of the show. The only reason I log into Facebook is to talk to our group of people. And we did say we never wanted to become an echo chamber. Yeah. We like to have differing thought within the group. But on the whole, if this is the world that I'm actively creating for myself,
great.
I'm in.
Good
I'm
job.
happy to believe in that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I can do. We talk about having communes. Well, that all starts in a mental place. That all starts right here. We're like, oh, well, first I'm going to visualize, I'm going to visually and, through the internet be with the group of people that I could possibly see a future with. And I want to see what their kids are like when they're grown up. And I want to see where their studies took them or where their careers took them or what. That's all I have to root on. I don't have to take on the weight of 7 billion, 8 billion people. I got 2,000 people that I love and care about.
Start a commune on Epstein's Island.
Let's do it. Just maybe bring some Gore-Tex or something that's safe with flames. So I've been watching. That was like the longest. That was the newest, longest Netflix pick. I loved it though. That was awesome. I watched something that in 2018 we were accused of being perhaps the greatest.
Thank you.
Sex cult of 2018.
Yep.
And we'd like to give 2019 a run.
Yeah,
we'd like to do that. I watched started a show last night. It's on Hulu, but it was an A&E show. A&E investigates cults and extreme belief.
Okay.
Each episode breaks down a different organization. They start with the NXIVM.
What episode was ours?
Haven't gotten there yet, but
like
it's a long
46,
season.
like in the cannabis showcase.
Yeah, right. Like you guys were in our top 5. It was the Nexium deal. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but like the Nexium deal had this had that actress. She was on a WB show, maybe like on Supernatural or something like that, or Smallville, I think maybe. But she ended up being in a sex cult, like, and they were branding these women and everything. Like, it was this whole dude,
now we're talking here, boys. Get the Brandon irons out.
into it.
Oh God, I know.
Into it. So anyway, that was pretty fucking awesome, right? Well, then it goes to the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
And the Jehovah's Witnesses were basically a bunch of these elders were.
Fuck, Seth. Get me on camera too, you guys. I'm just joking.
A bunch of these elders were accused of abusing these children throughout the
no way.
Yeah, right?
No
well,
way.
when they would when they were anyway, it's a very reminiscent story that we've heard. Then the next one was the Children of God. I've never even heard of the Children of God before. But it was like they're like a hippie group, like it started back in maybe the late 60s, maybe the early 70s. And they're taking all of these, they were raising, dude, it's just fucking.
They had raisins?
They had raisins, California raisins. Grapevine. They actually traveled with them.
I heard you want to join
No, dude,
the
like they were
cult.
fucking, like it was, I'd never heard of this group before, but it was a group of hippies. They were around on a bus. You would think they were following the Grateful Dead, but they were just doing all these revivals. The leader of the church moves to the Philippines, starts having all of these young girls coming over, and he's turning them all into his wives, including like his granddaughter who refuses and ends up getting chased out of the fucking. You want to talk about cults? I'll talk about cults right now. Okay, our cult is a loving cult. We don't have a cult, but their cult is a it's a bad thing. Okay,
You heard him first.
Their
His
cult
cult
was
is a
doing
loving
evil
cult.
atrocities.
I'm just a guy.
He's just a guy. Listen, we're not a sex cult, and I learned that last night watching A&E because we do no such cult activities. All right. So, check it out, man.
Yeah.
Sex cults and
James Carlton
really
Insurance.
James
James
Carlton
Carlton
Insurance
Insurance.
sponsored that. Lifetime Roofing.
Roof.
We got CBD. I get my CBD from CBD.
I want to talk to Samson.
You can actually, Samson has a desk at CBD, Cannabis Boutique and Dispensary. Truman's and
sounds good.
Soulard. Truman's and Soulard, November 15th. It's going to be your birthday, buddy.
No, I didn't want to tell anyone.
I'm telling everybody. How old are you going to
It's
be,
a
36?
denim party. It's a denim party. Yeah, 36.
Denim party. We're going out to Truman's.
All denim. Wear all the denim.
The person with the best denim suit's going to get a little bit of Hoosier swag. What we got?
Here we go. I visited a prostitute during the war, and she won't let it go. That's my dude right
There's
there.
so much love in our wonderful tribe. Craig gives the big hearty. Dude, there's still a weird cult of dead shows. Don't get on the red bus. Don't accept tea or cookies. Thank you for that tip.
Yeah.
For all of you out there, if you want to stay safe. I do want to say, not all religious organizations are cults. Okay?
Pretty much.
No, they're not.
Pretty
There
much, Craig, pretty much.
is good work in the gospel. They have it out there, and so
Most of them.
I want to leave you all with a little segment, and we'll see you on the other side.
Well, we're not going.
I sometimes feel that I am impersonating the dark subconscious of the whole human race.
Nice. All right. Well, we're going to do our weekly Bible. I'm going to throw it back to you, Craig, but we'll do our weekly Bible lesson. I believe that's what you're referring
Thank
to.
you.
This
Okay.
is a new segment. It's the weekly Bible lesson.
That is fucking great.
Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed.
If you don't want to talk the way this Bible talks, you should keep your mouth shut.
Snooching. What a show. What a show. What a show. Kids can be, you can get kids to do pretty much anything.
That kid was
Anything.
fired up.
Was it look like Oliver playing Fortnite?
Hey, I meant to ask you, did
same diff.
News! I can news! Waving his manual.
let me ask you real quick, just to build on that a little bit. Did the Righteous Gemstones finish up? Recommend? Did it?
I thought it
end
teetered off of a bit.
Man, it came out the gate
but
hard.
you got to see some really quality performances by our guy who's been on We Are Live. Check out We Are Live. They're another podcast kind of entertainment web show in St. Louis, our boys. And the guy who's on there, God, I can't, Nicotero or something like that. I can't remember his last name. Yeah, Keefe on the show. And the Judy.
She's great. She's great.
She's going to be on some more
Daddy, I'm a
shows.
Gemstone too.
Dude, when she's like, you think anybody will ever lick my butthole one day? And Danny McBride's like, yeah, sis, they'll lick your butthole one day.
Oh,
and she's
man.
like, thanks. Yeah, like, it's fucking great, dude.
What a week, guys.
What a week.
Had some fun. I guess, stay tuned throughout we're going to have to, I think we can post things. We just can't go live from Hoosier Sophisticate.
I can do whatever I want on the internet.
It just can't go live from our business page.
Well, I did. I had to share it from my personal page. And
Yeah, but it just didn't work that way.
It didn't?
It still shares from you, and it's
yeah, I know, but I log in as Hoosier Sophisticate and share it. This guy, he's constantly.
You don't get what I'm saying. You don't get what I'm saying. Okay.
Yep.
When you share something that is sourced elsewhere, it goes when you share it.
It asks me the option. It goes, do you want to share as Steve Elgin or do you want to share as Hoosier Sophisticate?
You're going to appreciate this,
and
folks.
I chose Hoosier Sophisticate. I don't know what more the guy wants me to do.
You're going to appreciate this, folks. You will see Hoosier Sophisticate shared Steve Elgin's post from the show. I was just saying.
Oh, yeah. I'm not negating that might be a possibility.
Oh no, it's a probability.
I'm just saying that
that's all I was saying.
It's shared.
That's all I was saying
from Hoosier Sophisticate because
I know, buddy.
Somebody can't.
No, some little guy can't do it.
Some guy can't do it, which is weird. I don't get it.
He posted a little cartoon butt.
He did a little Pinocchio
a little cartoon butt.
He wanted to see one of Disney's most famous characters stick his nose inside of a prostitute's butthole.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Had a blast. We'll see you next week.
Hey, does anyone want to wait just 1 second while
Sure.
I prove this? Or
Oh, sure.
let's get a reading on this.
Sure.
Let's not keep people
I
on
do.
suspense. Let's not keep people.
I absolutely do.
Boom. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Let's go ahead and show
Shut
that.
it down.
Let's go ahead and show that to them. What we were both saying, I guess.
He's right.
All right. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Having a blast. Hoosier Sophisticate out.
Stay in school and don't freebase cocaine.